Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Using My Story. My name is Samuel Morales, and today we're going to be diving into a topic that's often surrounded by myths and misconceptions. Let's talk a little bit about crack versus cocaine. So we're going to do a little bit of education today. We're going to kind of jump in and see what the differences are, what they are classified as, and, just shine some light on this situation. Not a lighter, but a light. So let's start by understanding what crack and cocaine are. Obviously, we all know both of them are both classified as stimulant drugs, but there are very, very distinct differences. Crack is a form of cocaine processed to make a rock or a crack rock, usually over a stovetop with some baking powder and other, baking soda. Sorry, my bad. Never really got into crack. It's usually smoked, providing a rapid and intense high, which also you can say, when people become addicted to crack, which is the constant chase, right? So the effects are short-lived, and they're typically long-lasting, about 15 minutes. The pricing of these substances can vary, with crack being often more affordable than powdered cocaine. Why? Because the other things that are added in there, just not the same. So therefore, it's more affordable, which affects, the lower class community, but also affects doctors, lawyers, and people up high too, man. It has no boundary. This affordability can make crack more accessible to certain demographics, contributing to its widespread use. I don't know, I'm 42, and I don't know how many people can relate to the crack epidemic that we had back in the day, when anybody and everybody, especially in the lower communities, lower ethnic groups, and people just struggling. So cocaine, on the other hand, is a white powder derived from the coca plant. It's often snorted or mixed with water and injected. The effects of cocaine can last longer compared to crack, typically around 30 minutes to an hour. I'm going to be one to speak on this a little bit. I dabbled with cocaine, and I don't think I've ever was high for an hour on cocaine, unless I was dipping back into the bag. Again, crack and cocaine are short-lived stimulant drugs, highly addictive, which is why people are just constantly chasing it. Now let's address the darker side of crack and cocaine use, the associated risk, and unfortunately the potential for fatalities. Both crack cocaine and powder cocaine are significant risks with cardiovascular issues, meaning your heart. It'll start making your heart beat different. It'll throw you off, which then opens you up to heart attacks, strokes, especially people who are constantly and consistently using. Additionally, the risk of respiratory failure and seizures is heightened. So understand that crack and cocaine can lead to death. Now let's talk about the highs and the lows of these substances. Crack produces an intense, brief euphoria, leading to a rapid crash that can result in fatigue, which is why you're then hitting it again. Depression and increased cravings. Cocaine, while longer lasting, also has its highs and its lows, impacting mood and energy levels. For crack users, the intense rush is followed by a strong desire to use again. What did I just say? I didn't even have to read that on the internet. I just knew people who would go buy a 20 and then they bought another 20. And then they bought another 20 and they got another 20. Next thing you know, they didn't have no more 20, so they used a 10. So then they had 2 more 10s and they had a 5. Then they paid for a hit. Next thing you know, you're doing things you shouldn't be doing to get this drug. It's crazy. For crack users, the intense rush is followed by a strong desire to use again, contributing the cycle of addiction. Cocaine users may experience a more gradual come down, but the risk of addiction remains due to the reoccurring need for that euphoric feeling. Recovery is possible, and seeking help is a brave step. Treatment options, including counseling and support groups, can make a significant difference in overcoming addiction. Remember, it's never too late to ask for help. Reach out to professionals, friends, family members who can provide support. So again, my name is Samuel Morales, and thank you for joining for Using My Story. And I hope that you found all this information helpful. And, please like, share, and subscribe. And please continue to raise awareness and support those on the journey to recovery. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay strong.